Just like the housing market, the car market has skyrocketed. This video has been a very hot topic of discussion in my Facebook group Beyond the Showroom and on the Chevy Dude Discord server. Right now, consumers and dealerships across the country are absolutely confused on what's going on in the market. And don't forget, I'm giving away my first vehicle, the 95K 1500, to support Blessings in a Backpack charity here in Kentucky. Get your entries at ChevyDudeStore.com, win this truck, and help out a great charity. We're going to discuss the biggest factors causing supply issues, what this means to you when searching for a new or used car, and what you should be paying for a car right now and how your trade value is affected. It's no secret that this past year has been pretty difficult. First, we had the GM strike. Then we had COVID, and now we have this semiconductor shortage. And to give you a little context, behind me is typically where our 300 plus Chevy Silverado sit. As you can see, we have almost zero. With new cars, not all manufacturers are affected by the semiconductor challenge, according to Steve Hill, who is VP of Chevrolet. Now, Steve Hill is a very intelligent human being, and I'm super excited to have him helping consumers and the dealers from behind the scenes. Him and his team are doing miraculous things. The team has successfully not had any stoppage of work at the full-size truck plants, Silverado, half-ton and three-quarter-ton, and the full-size SUV plants like the Suburban and the Tahoe. And great news, this week, the Equinox plant is gonna be ramping back up to 2 shifts. This means we're gonna have more inventory, less frustration on your part, and fewer phone calls to dealers to try to find that vehicle that meets all your wants and needs. On the used car side, one of the biggest auction houses in the country sees about 9,000 vehicles per day going through their lanes. Last week, they saw less than 9,000 the entire week. That means with less new cars, people are buying more used cars because the desire to buy a car is still very strong here in the US. Here are your summer buying season best tips. Supply is low, demand is extremely high, so don't walk into a dealership expecting those huge discounts, if any. And this is good on new or used. And those rebates that we're accustomed to, yeah, those have been thrown out the window. You know, the housing market's been this way for 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 of the past years in some markets. That's exactly what's happening today in the car market. This should be your strategy to get the best deal, regardless if you're buying new or used. On the new side, the best strategy you can use if they don't have it in stock is to work with that dealer and find out what they have in the pipeline to be built, currently built, and in transport to the dealership. And if you look at the dealership's websites, you'll know kind of right away that if they just have a stock image of a car, that's probably something that's just there or not there yet. And some dealers actually put in transit on their website as well. You do need to be aware that we are currently at the end of the model year build out season. So don't be afraid to build a car, but it may be the next model year. And if you want to know exactly how to build your car and get the best deal, I'll link the video that I just recently did at the end. Unused, this is going to require some extra time, extra work, patience, and eagle eyes on those websites. I can't tell you how many people I have sold in the last 90 days, and they have had all the same story. I've been looking for this particular vehicle for 4, 5, 6 months. I've searched everywhere. This car has been sold out from underneath me. When I did find it, it's absolutely insane. And the amount of traffic that I've had on certain vehicles is absolutely crazy. I couldn't tell you again on how many times I have been working 4, 5, 6 customers on one vehicle. This is super stressful for me, believe it or not, it really is. It's super stressful for dealerships across the country, and most importantly, it's crazy inconvenient and stressful for you. So what you need to do is watch all of those sites, Car Gurus, Carfax, Auto Trader, Cars.com, etc. And be ready to make a decision and race to the dealership. But first, you need to confirm availability via text or verbal communications. I wouldn't rely on email so much right now because dealerships are inundated with mass amounts of email. If everything checks out, give a deposit, be firm that you want this car, and be firm on what time you'll be arriving at the dealership. Your presence in the dealership is your best bargaining chip, but you still want to work out the details on your own terms. Don't give the dealership the upper hand. However, We are in different times, and time kills deals. So here's the gush of the video, something I haven't really alluded to yet. Your trade is worth a whole lot more right now. Let me give you an example. I sold a customer in June of 2020. He was recently getting an oil change in our service drive, and just like many dealerships across the country, we're aggressively looking for used cars, and we're using our service drive as a tool. We paid him $650 more than what he paid for the vehicle. Do you get what I'm saying? 9 months ago, he bought a car for retail, he sold it to us at wholesale and made $650. Think about that for a second.